Welcome, everybody. John Zager. How is everybody? What a beautiful morning here in Colorado. Clear skies, warm temperatures, warm all last night. Anxious to talk to you guys today. I had a really eventful day yesterday, and promised that I would get back online Saturday morning today now and tell you a little bit about it. It just turned out to be an incredibly great journey for me for one day. So, here's the deal. Yesterday it was a fishing day, right? I'm a fly fishing guide in Colorado and had the opportunity to be at a private fishing lodge. And here's I don't even know how to get this all into just a really short podcast, but they have, I mean, the lodge is spectacular. The facilities are beyond compare, right? The equipment, what they sell, the shop, the people, the staff, private chef, full-time. Just all the accommodations are 5-star. They're just all 5-star. They do both float and walk wade, guided, and you can get Grand Slam in addition to, tiger trout. Big fish. They don't stock fish, but they have 100, no, let me get this right. They have over 100 miles of private river water. And I think, I'm not sure about this, 5 rivers. 5 rivers. And that's not even counting the creeks and the streams and the ponds, the lakes, the reservoirs, everything else that's private. And big fish. They're just fish that have not been fished. So therefore, they have grown over time. Rainbows, and there's rivers just for browns, exclusively monster browns, just in some rivers. Some brookies, cutthroats, there's your Grand Slam. And they have tiger trout. I thought I heard Yellowstone cutthroat, but I'm not real sure on that one. And so, taking a client out is like, what do you want? And what kind of conditions do you want? What kind of water do you want? What kind of casting do you like to do? Are you a nymph fisherman, a dry fly dropper? Do you like streamers? We got 100+ miles of river. So whatever the person wants, you get. And that is just so cool. So yesterday opened doors to me that had never been opened before. I guess that's fair to say. There's also salt water available. Some of these large fly fishing lodges around the country and whatnot, they also offer same kinds of stuff at a saltwater location, or they host trips to saltwater lodges, and they also have access to a lot of private guides in saltwater. So the door just keeps opening wider and wider and wider. They have a club with membership. It's become so renowned that people demanded membership in the club. Whew. How powerful is that? So, long story short, I mean, I could go on and on about my escapades yesterday, but here back today, some feedback, some results, and I'm looking forward to that. I think I did a pretty good job, and learned. You always learn. Everything you do, you're learning. You're just learning. So it was a spectacular day, and I'm looking to many, 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 many more of those. And that brings me to this morning. Be inspired. Be inspired. As my voice goes down. I just had coffee. Well, I get half decaf and half regular, but with some friends, and just wonderful to listen. And yesterday, it's like everybody's happy and well, and I didn't see, and I really did pay attention to, who's sick, who's ill, who has the sniffles, who has a disease, who has had some kind of major surgery. Nothing. I ain't getting nothing. People are taking care of themselves. People are up-regulating, not down-regulating. Makes a difference what we do. It's important to be happy and play. But anyway, having breakfast or coffee anyway, and visiting with a person or two here or there, and just a lot of laughing and having fun and sharing, I guess. Building relationship building. Yeah, over coffee. You know how you sit and you visit with somebody over dinner, over lunch, or over breakfast, or coffee, or something, and you do that regularly for a while, and then there comes a time where you take it to the next level and you start sharing something a little bit more personal with the other person, and you're anxious to see what the response is, right? And that's what one person did this morning with me, and I was taken back by that, because just totally happy and no ill health, and seems to be upregulating all kinds of positive genes, but got exposed to a different side, and I was very happy, and I responded in a very nurturing, supportive, uplifting manner, right? And that was really nice. It was kind of like a continuation from yesterday. Be inspired. How many of your days are the same days over and over again? Mundane. Is that the word? Mundane. Continuously what's the words? Continuously they look the same and feel the same. And you try to dream, right? Dreaming's a good thing. That's a positive thing. Dream on, everybody. But sometimes people get to where they can't dream anymore. You know, they just hit that block. They hit that block and the dreams aren't there. So be inspired. How do you get past the regular? Nothing wrong with the regular. Don't get me misunderstood. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying maybe there's something out in front of it you might want, as opposed to settling for what you have. This is very important. Very important. Please pay attention to this. Let's use an example. You have a good life. Married, not married, I have no idea. Kids, no kids, doesn't matter. You know, you have a good life, and you have I don't know, a nice home, or you're living in a walled enclosure. You know, you're not living in a tent, God forbid, but you know, you're indoors somewhere, and God willing, you have some heat in the winter and some air conditioning in the summertime, and things are good, yeah? There's some groceries. You get to go to the grocery store and, you know, purchase things that resemble food. And you bring them home, and, you know, you throw some sticks on the fire, and you're able to make yourself a meal every day for you and your family. That's a good thing, right? I got to have another bit of coffee, just a minute. And you get the gist. Your life is regular. You know, it's good. There's nothing to be down about. There's no reason to be discouraged. There's no reason to minimize the importance of you having a regular good life. Here's where I'm at. Maybe there's something out in front of that. Maybe there's something out in front of that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a career change. Maybe it's a change in your personality. Maybe it's a change in family. Maybe it's a change in relationships. Maybe it's a change in location, careers, ideas, beliefs, perceptions, health, well-being, happiness, adventure, travel, enlightenment, education. Do you understand? You guys get the idea. Everything's fine, everything's good, but maybe there's something out in front of that that's even better. You've heard the saying, you know, dream big. No. Dream bigger. You've heard that, right? A lot of people may dream. Some people may understand that they can dream big. And there's other people that understand they can even dream bigger and be more inspired. What do you do to inspire yourself to look for what might be out in front of your life right now waiting for you? Excuse me. What do you do about that? Or do you? Or do you accept the day-to-day activities. I know one person, and this person I talk to fairly regularly here and there. And how are things going? Just, it's all the same. Nothing exciting. Nothing overly good and nothing overly bad. That's nothing wrong with that. Anything happening? Nothing. Any excitement? Nothing. What do? Well, I stay home a lot. I don't go do very much. So here's a person, an example of a person anyway, that has a life that's satisfying, that's content. That this person is not trying to make it really any better or any worse, just accepting that this is my life. How do you inspire that person? How does that person get inspired? Here's what I think. I think a day like yesterday for me inspired me. You can hear it in my voice, obviously. Because it opened up infinite possibilities to me. Without going into detail, it opened doors to me that I had been thinking about directly, indirectly for quite a long time. And thinking, well, pretty difficult for that stuff to ever happen. That's pretty big dreams. And there's potential, possibility, infinite possibilities that exist, that can still occur. And I didn't think it could. So, how often do you do something you normally would not? That's a good way to put it. How often do you go hang out with a person or people that you normally would not? How often do you go to an event that you normally would not? How often do you pick up a book that's maybe about something you normally wouldn't read? How often do you pick up a video or go online and try to find a video to watch that you normally would not? How often do you go on the internet and look at pictures of, vacation places or islands or sailboats or airplanes or camping in the wilderness or, beaches or particular countries that might be awe-inspiring? Excuse me. How often do you do that? How often do you go to the park, be it in your car or your bicycle, and you do a walking or bicycle around the lake meditation? Fantasizing. It's another word for called designing your future. In the past, fantasizing was a negative thing, right? Johnny, are you fantasizing in school? You're supposed to be studying. No, I'm daydreaming, How often do you meditate like that and just let your mind go creatively? All right, we've reached that word, right? We know where that word leads, if you guys have been paying attention, right? Do we live a life of survival, or do we live a life of being creative? Do we live from 90% of our thoughts are on survival, fight or flight? Whew. Or do we live from the 5% of our thoughts that are creative? Yesterday, I lived from the 5% of my thoughts that are creative. Huh! I want to go back there. I want that again and again and again and again. Boy, John, you just keep saying this stuff over and over. Do you want to stay in the matrix? And do you want to stay down the rabbit hole? Here's the deal in the movie. And again, here's the deal in the movie. The movie talks about if you want your life to be no different and just okay and fine and you go on with your daily life, right? No major things happening, good or bad. What we've been talking about, yeah? That's called the matrix. Take the blue pill and you'll go home, you'll go to bed, you'll get up the next morning and you'll feel the same way that you feel today. Huh! No kidding. Really? You mean and everything will be the same in my house? Yes, absolutely. Nothing will be any different? Absolutely, nothing will be any different. Really? Yeah, really. I don't have to think anymore? No, you do not have to think. You don't have to dream. You don't have to be inspired. Nothing. Tomorrow's Saturday. You can get up and you can cut the grass like you do every Saturday at 9:15 in the morning. If I just take the blue pill, that's all that'll happen. I don't have to worry about something else. Absolutely not. We just want to keep you down in the rabbit hole. And I don't have to think about anything, right? Will the government take care of me sometimes? Absolutely. Wow. But you're also saying that I could be creative. Yes, I am saying that. That's scary to me. I don't know, is it? Or is it inspiring? Is it powerful? Oh, I don't know. I don't try it very often. So you guys understand where my conversation with myself is going, right? Not living in the matrix is a good thing and where we want to go. We want to take the red pill and be creative. We want to be inspired. We want to dream big. No, dream even bigger. Yesterday is an example for me, you guys are all different, where I got to live in the 5% of being creative. And all I want is more. I want more and more and more of that. So, beautiful day today. Hope you guys all have great plans for the weekend. Be inspired. Meditate on what I talked about today. And take care of one another. God bless you all, and I look forward to talking with you all real soon. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.